I was born in Reykjavik, but I grew up, the first 6 years of my life, I grew up in a really small town, Víkimýrdal, which is like 2.5 hours away from the city. By really small, I mean really small. There were 300 inhabitants, but it was super cool as a kid to be there. Like I could be outside playing. I remember I had my best friend lived in the house next to me, and we played together every single day. We actually spent our hours looking for neighbors' cats and trying to steal them, and like it was so free. And after that, we moved to Norway, my family, for my dad's work. And I would say that had a huge impact on my family, or kind of made my family really close, because it was a foreign country, we didn't know the language. We kind of learned how to take care of each other. We didn't have a lot of money, so my parents turned it kind of into just games where it was amazing. I remember going to the store and buying, when ice cream was on sale, we bought like 10 cases of ice cream just to have in the freezer, and 10 cases of chicken when they came on sale, and it was always fun. And then after that 1 year, we moved back home, and I think that kind of just stuck with the family. And when I moved back here, I kind of started my athletic career. My mom was really into ballet, or she was into ballet when she was a kid, so she wanted me to try it. But it didn't stick for long because I wanted to be in gymnastics, mainly because I had 3 cousins at that time doing gymnastics as well, and I wanted to fit into that. So we were like great friends and doing gymnastics together, and then all of a sudden I was the only one left in gymnastics. And made it to the national team, and then I quit because school was supposed to be #1 priority when I started high school. Going from training 24 hours a week into training not at all didn't really work out for me, obviously. So I started in ballet and dance, and loved ballet at that point, but that didn't stick for long. Like I loved it, and I loved the shows and everything, but you don't really compete in ballet, do you? From gymnastics and boot camp, I got more masculine than the other girls doing ballet. Like a perfect ballerina is the skinny, beautiful one that like can do the things without looking like she has any muscles, but of course they have like an insane amount of muscles, just different. And yeah, I kind of saw myself in the mirror, because you have all these mirrors when you do ballet, and I was the odd one. Like I could do everything, and it was so much fun, and I wasn't bad at it. I just looked different than the other ones, because I did have some upper body strength at that point. And I did pole vaulting for 2 years and was the national champion in pole vaulting those 2 years. And I had a strict plan on going to the Olympics in pole vaulting. Obviously, I picked a different path, and that was just because with the pole vaulting, I still didn't feel like I was getting enough. Like, it's really fun, and like I love jumping, but all the other stuff you need to do with it, I didn't love. And I felt like I needed to sweat more. So I was still like signing up for different competitions all over Iceland. We have a lot of these kind of really weird competition combined with like running and bench press and like machinery work. And yeah, and then one of the competitions I actually signed up for was a CrossFit competition. Had my oral math exam at the same day as the competition, but somehow I got it to work out so I could make it to the competition. Napped in the car in between events and managed to win it without looking at videos. It's really funny to look at me do clean and jerks at that time with like 95 pounds or something, and is like curling it up and trying to throw it up, and it looks so heavy and so weird. But by winning it, I actually got a spot at the games. Iceland had like a wild card that year somehow, and I decided to try to learn CrossFit in 2 months and went to the games, and I fell in love with it. I feel like I finally found myself. Like I loved all the sports I was doing growing up, but I was trying different things and it was always fun, but it never kept my attention because it was the same thing that you were doing all the time. CrossFit gives you so many different things. I at least haven't gotten bored yet. Obviously, I know that I'm good at CrossFit. I've won it twice, so it would be stupid to say that I'm bad at it. But what keeps me motivated and kind of drives me in CrossFit is not like really, of course, my goal is to win all the time. That's my goal, but that's not what drives me. What drives me is all these different things that I can keep on improving. Even though I'm good at it, I'm not even close to being my best. I know I can be so much better in so many different things.
I think there are a lot of different reasons for why Annie is as good as she is, but the main thing is her attitude. That attitude of wanting to be the best, constantly wanting to go on to new adventures, try new stuff. That was how she got into CrossFit initially, by trying out all these weird competitions, and CrossFit happened to be one of them. And I think that shows a lot of her character, her courage of wanting to try new things. Not a lot of people would do that.
I think all my life I've been really competitive. I enjoy winning. I think most people enjoy that. But yeah, growing up, I was collecting medallions. And it's not that I don't know how to lose. I can lose in board games, and I'm not a sore loser, but I need to be able to give it my best. Even I remember growing up, me and my dad was a runner when he was young, so he's really good at running. And when I was in gymnastics, I was probably like 10, 11 years old, and we started going jogging together. And then he always had to be one step ahead of me, and I always had to be one step ahead of him. Like, we were together, but we always started speeding up, and then in the end it was like a sprint instead of a jog. So I hated it. And after like a few times going up running, I couldn't go running with him anymore because of course he could always beat me. I couldn't run as fast as he could. And it wasn't intentional that he was doing it. It just happened, but it's obviously something in the genes.
When Annie was a little girl, when kids tried to get her to do things or dare her to do something, or even grown-ups would say, "You would never do this," she always had to do it. And I remember one time when it was actually her grandfather that told her that she would never, ever lay on the beach and let the sea go over her. And as you know, the sea is quite cold here. And at that time, she was 6 years old, and she took off almost all of her clothes, lay in the black sand and let the sea go over her, just to prove that she would do it and she could do it.
Traveling has been so much fun. It's amazing. I get to see so much of the world. I think I've grown so much from being able to do that and meet so many different people. And I really don't think it has affected my training at all. But in the beginning, my mom used to travel with me. Then Frederick started traveling more with me, my boyfriend. So I feel that like the biggest thing that I miss is my mom, because I'm used to just having her there. And I miss my gym, and I miss my training partners, and I miss my home. It's always nice to be home, but it doesn't ruin the travel at all. I'm still looking forward to going on most of the trips. Like, many of them are just a lot of fun and a new experience, and how could it possibly bother me to have the opportunity to do what I'm doing? I would start to worry if I wouldn't be asked to go on any trips anymore, because then obviously I'm doing something wrong. I think my family has helped me so much through my injury, because when it happened, I was probably the first time I was crying for, a week or so. The first thing I thought was that I would never be able to walk again, because I couldn't move. The second thing I thought of was that I would never be able to do CrossFit again. And then what I was thinking was that I would never be able to compete in CrossFit, and then in the end it was that I wouldn't be able to compete this year. So at least it got less and less scary, but like just mentally going through all that stuff. My family was there, and like they never even flinched in thinking that I wouldn't get back on track, and thinking that no matter what it is that I want to do, I can still do it. This is just another obstacle that you need to go through, and they helped me see actually positive things through it. So I injured myself first in November, and that's kind of the first real injury that I got. I got greedy at the gym. I didn't warm up properly and went straight into, well, I warmed up a bit, but I was doing CrossFit Total, and I PR'd in my back squat, got 127.5 kilos, and then I went straight into a deadlift, and I was like super psyched about PRing in my squat, and I was determined on PRing in my deadlift as well. So I like went straight at the bar and took like really big chunks in the deadlift, and went like 150 and easy up, and then I put just 170 on the bar, which was stupid, not taking more steps and resting more in between. And I just felt it right away, like I didn't set up properly at the bar. I just pulled it as hard as I could, and I just felt myself lose the back completely. I, of course, somehow managed to get through it, and I got taken really good care of at the hospital, and everyone was so nice and tried to calm me down, and like it didn't help panicking about it. I posted online that I had gotten hurt, and the feedback that I got from people was incredible. Like I had been crying for those 2 days. Because I had gotten back on track, knowing that I would be ready for the games, and then that was just such a blowback. And people are amazing, especially in this community. The emails that I got from people, and I just felt like I had so many people behind me that like genuinely wanted me to get back and do good. And even Julie Fouché and Sam Briggs sent me emails and like just wishing I would get back soon, and if I needed any assistance or help, and like different doctors that got in touch with me from all over the world. It was incredible. So right now we are in my favorite ice cream store, where I get healthy ice cream and pick my own treats in it. I only go here on Saturdays though, and like it's kind of a tie between this ice cream and Ben & Jerry's fish food, but this one is healthier, so.
What's in it?
I put Oreo, M&Ms, and then Icelandic kind of chocolate licorice thing in it.
She's 23. She has her whole future ahead of her, and that's very important to focus on right now, because you spend a whole year preparing for this one weekend in July, and right now it looks dark. It doesn't look like she'll be able to get to that level, at least not be at 100%. She might be able to compete, but maybe not at the level where she wanted to be at. But there's so many years to come. There's always next year. I know that's not something you want to hear as an athlete, but people have gotten hurt before and bounced back. You look at Sam Briggs doing amazing in the Open this year.
I think the best feeling at the games is when you walk out the first time into the stadium, like where the tennis court is, because it's like walking into a pit, and you have everyone around you and everyone's so close, and the tension and energy is so high. It's like off the roof. It's crazy to walk in there, hear everyone, and like I'm super nervous right before I walk in. Once I'm in there, I just feel like I'm home. It feels so good. It feels so much fun. I know that feeling, and I love that feeling. So of course I want I want to feel it again as soon as possible. I want to be there.